Hi, I'm Monica Shah from Revenue Breakthrough, and this is the More Money series. And today I'm going to reveal one of the top qualities that is so important that I see all the time in highly successful, highly wealthy entrepreneurs. And without this quality, frankly, it's going to be really hard to make the money you want and have the results you want in your business. So let's jump in. What is this quality, you ask? It is willpower, my friends. I know, nobody likes to talk about willpower, but let's really dive a level deeper into this. Let's use some examples. Let's say you wake up and it's 10 a.m. and you had scheduled in your calendar that at 10 a.m. you are going to answer client. You're going to follow up with leads who you haven't followed up with. Now, what this means is that you're going to have to get on the phone. Some people are going to answer, some people aren't. You're going to face some rejection. You're going to face some issues around people hanging up on you, maybe not liking that you called. So the very notion of doing this creates a little bit of flux in your belly. I know it happens to all of us. Now, here's the question at hand. Do you do it anyway, or do you consciously or subconsciously do something else? And that is the eternal question. Right? Do you have the willpower to do it anyway, or do you end up doing something else? Let's go on to the second example. You wake up, you know that you want to get healthier, maybe you want to release some weight, you're so excited, you drink your tea or your coffee, you take your vitamins, and you know the next step is to go put your workout clothes on and go for a run. But this particular morning, you're feeling particularly old, particularly sore, particularly tired. You worked a little too hard yesterday and you don't want to go. Do you go anyway, or do you stay at home? This is yet another case of willpower. Do you make yourself do it because you know it's good for you, or do you decide to not do it? This all falls under the self-control and willpower category. And frankly, guys, I feel like this is one of the most important elements of owning your day, is owning doing things that you don't want to do. And that is the quality. That is the quality of highly successful, highly wealthy entrepreneurs, is that they're willing to do things that they don't feel like doing, and they do them anyway. They're willing to do things that they don't feel like doing, and they do them anyway. Right? Annoying. Who wants to do things that you don't feel like doing? Who wants to even talk about this topic? I do. Why? Because if you can start to master doing things that you don't feel like doing and doing them anyway, you're going to grow your willpower. And if you grow your willpower, if you grow your ability to do things anyway, you're going to get stronger and better at this. So let me give you an example of a study that they did. There's a study that they did called the marshmallow test. And what it was is that they put one marshmallow in front of a bunch of children, young children. And they said, you can either eat this marshmallow, or if you don't eat this marshmallow, we're going to give you a second marshmallow and you're going to get 2 marshmallows. So it was really like a test of self-control, a test of willpower, a test of discipline to see what happened. Well, some of the kids just immediately ate the marshmallow. You can probably guess which kid you were. I know that I probably would have ate the marshmallow at that point. And then some of the kids waited, right? And they sat on their hands and they moved around, and there's really great video footage of this. But they waited till they got the second marshmallow. Now, what they studied and what they realized is that they followed these kids that waited until the second marshmallow. They had the willpower, the self-control, the self-discipline to wait for the second marshmallow. And they found that they had much better results in their lives. They had higher SAT scores. They did better in college. They got better jobs. They planned for retirement better. They made more money. Ultimately, it's this willpower, self-discipline thing that leads to success. So how do you build this? My first suggestion is how you feel is separate from what you do. And I think that's really important. A lot of us will be like, I don't feel like working out. I don't feel like making my sales calls. I don't feel like writing my newsletter. And I think that's the first step, is to separate feelings from accountability. Feelings don't have anything to do with accountability. If you got to get something done, you got to get something done. And I know that sounds very militant, maybe very masculine, maybe very like non-intuitive. But the truth is that sometimes we just got to do the shit we don't want to do because we're never going to feel like doing it. So I want to encourage you to really own up to your own accountability and trusting that over whether you feel like doing something or not. Piece number 2, rest and recovery. What I've noticed with a lot of you is that it's not so much that you don't have willpower or self-discipline, it's just that you're exhausted. And you have spent so much time and energy working your little asses off that there is no energy left in the tank to be able to push yourself to do the things that you don't want to do. And much of that is because you're not delegating. So you're doing all these tasks that are not revenue generating. Things like playing with your website and resizing your pictures and talking to clients too long and taking care of family that somebody else could do, volunteering, doing all kinds of things that are pulling your energy and sapping your energy so that you don't have energy left to do the most important thing, which is owning your willpower and getting your willpower to do the things that are most important for your business. So just remembering you need rest and recovery, and you need to delegate things off your plate so you have the energy to do this. And step number 3 when it comes to willpower is clarity. So a lot of times we spend all day and sometimes all week drifting from task to task, from day to day, and there's no time in which we sit down and we write a task list of what needs to get done, and we have accountability for getting it done. And because we're drifting, we end up really allowing our feelings to dictate that drift. And we feel like doing this, and then we feel like doing that, and then we feel like doing this. And it's so great to let your feelings dictate what you do want to do when it's on a weekend, or maybe a couple hours of each day, or maybe on vacation. But if you're letting your feelings dictate activity to activity to activity all day, every day, all week, as an entrepreneur, most likely you're just going to avoid anything that is uncomfortable, anything that is unfamiliar, and anything that is scary. And if you're avoiding those 3 categories, you're not going to grow. So I want to encourage you to really have clarity and intentionality in your days. Make a plan for what you're going to do today, what you're going to do tomorrow, so that you can actually intentionally face those things that you don't feel like doing. And remember, guys, the other side of facing things that are hard or unfamiliar or uncomfortable is the feeling of achievement. And the thing that I can guarantee is that your willpower can be trained. It's trainable. So the more you exert this, I'm going to do it anyway, the better you're going to get at it. And the more you do it, the more achievement you're going to have. And the more achievement you have, the better you're going to feel. And this can actually, over time, become a very addictive process. So with that, I encourage you to go get stuff done, make tons of money, and make this world a better place. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment with your ahas and questions below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the video series and turn your notifications on. And also check out the video description, because in the video description, there's a link to an amazing free gift that'll take this even further. And before you leave, check out the 2 videos below. I picked them out just for you.